Namaste, and once again welcome back to another session of online mathematics class. In this session we move on to a new chapter, circles. It's the 10th chapter of NCERT class 10 mathematics test. First of all, let me recall some basic concept related to circles. What do you mean by a circle? Circle is the collection of all points in a plane which are at a constant distance from a fixed point. The fixed point is called the center of the circle, and the constant distance from center to any point on the circle is known as radius of the circle. So we all know circle. Circle is the collection of all points in a plane that are at a constant distance from a fixed point. This fixed point is called what? Center of the circle, and the distance from center to any point on the circle is known as radius of the circle. Okay. You have also studied various terms related to circles like chord, segment, sector, arc, etc. Let us now examine the different situations that can arise when a circle and a line are given in a plane. So let us consider a circle and a line AB. There can be three possibilities. First one is you can draw one circle and a line like this. And the second situation is circle and we can draw the line like this. Can mark it as AB, the line as AB, and this intersecting point as P and Q. Here also we can mark the line as AB. Okay, and the third one is here is a circle and a line. So this is AB and the point of intersection is P. Okay, in figure 1, the line AB and the circle have no common points. In this case, AB is called a non-intersecting line with respect to the circle. Non-intersecting line with respect to the circle. Okay. And in the second figure, the line AB touches the circle or intersect the circle at two distinct points, namely P and Q. There are two common points P and Q the line and the circle have. Okay. In this case, we call the line AB as a secant of the circle. Secant of the circle. Okay. Now in figure 3, there is only one point P which is common to the line AB and the circle. There is only one point P which is common to the line AB and the circle, and in this case the line AB is known as the tangent to the circle. If the circle and a line have only one common point, then we can say the line is a tangent to the circle. Okay. Now we can define the term tangent to a circle. A tangent to a circle is a line that intersects the circle at only one point. I repeat. A tangent to a circle is a line that intersects the circle at only one point. Okay. And two important points you have to remember is there is only one tangent at a point of a circle. That means through any point on a circle we can draw only one tangent. Through P we cannot draw more than one tangent. Okay. So through a single point on the circle we can draw only one tangent. Okay. And the second point is the tangent to a circle is a special case of secant. Secant we know. What is secant? Secant is a line that intersects the circle at 2 points. Okay, this line is known as secant. Here the line intersects the circle at two distinct points. Here tangent is a special case of secant. Why it is so called? When the endpoints of the secant coincide it becomes a tangent. Suppose if you drag this line and fix it at the point in the circle, okay, then what happen? This line becomes a tangent. Okay, so the secant becomes a tangent when the end points coincide. Here A and B are the end points. Then if both the points coincide at a common point, here it is P, then we can say it becomes a tangent. So we can conclude tangent is a special case of secant. Okay, and the next point is the tangent is derived from the Latin word tangere. Okay, it is a Latin word which means, the meaning of this word is to touch. Okay, so tangent is derived from the Latin word tangere, which means to touch. Okay, and it was introduced by the Danish mathematician Thomas Finneck in 1583. Now we move on to theorem 10.1. The tangent at any point of a circle is perpendicular to the radius through the point of contact. Okay, so in order to prove this theorem, we have to consider a circle. So we are given a circle with a center O. So draw a circle with a center O. We can write here, we are given a circle with the center O. And we can consider a tangent. Here we can draw a tangent. So we can mark it as X, Y. XY is a tangent to the circle at the point. Here we can mark the point of contact as P. At the point P, we have to prove the tangent at any point of a circle is perpendicular to the radius through the point of contact. So we can join this radius OP, and we have to prove this line OP is perpendicular to XY. Okay, tangent is perpendicular to the radius through the point of contact. So here we can write, we need to prove OP is perpendicular to XY. Clear? Now we can take a point Q other than P on XY. Here I mark the point as Q. Okay. So take a point Q other than P on XY. And we can join OQ. And join OQ. Clearly we can say Q must lie outside the circle. And what happens if Q lies inside the circle? If the point Q is inside the circle, the tangent becomes a secant. If we rotate this line, we can easily identify that. Okay, if Q lies inside the circle, the tangent line XY becomes a secant. So what we can conclude? The point Q must lies outside the circle. Okay, so here we can write the point Q lies outside the circle, comma, because if Q lies inside the circle, XY becomes a secant and not a tangent to the circle. Not a tangent to the circle. Okay. Therefore, OQ is longer than the radius OP of the circle. Therefore, OQ is longer than the radius OP of the circle. That is, OQ is greater than OP. Okay. Since this happens for every point on the line XY except the point P, we can say OP is the shortest of all the distance from the point O to the points of XY. Okay. So we can write, since this happens for every point on the line XY except the point P, comma, OP is the shortest of all the distance of the point O to the points of X, Y. Clear? And we know the shortest distance is always the perpendicular distance. Here we got OP is the shortest of all the distances of the point O to the points of X, Y. So it must be the perpendicular distance. So we can conclude. So OP is perpendicular to XY. Hence the theorem. Okay. The theorem states that the tangent at any point of a circle is perpendicular to the radius through the point of contact. Simply we can say tangent is perpendicular to the radius through the point of contact. Okay. It's an important theorem. Proof is in the form of a theory, but you have to learn this theorem with the proof. Okay. Now we move on to exercise 10.1. How many tangents can a circle have? How many tangents can a circle have? The answer is what? Infinitely many. We can draw infinite number of tangents in a circle. Okay. But through a single point we can draw only one tangent. Okay. Fill in the blanks. A tangent to a circle intersect it in dash point or points. We know a tangent to a circle intersect it in only one point. So here the answer is 1. Okay. Second one is a line intersecting a circle in 2 points is called a dash. Secant. Okay. That we already discussed. A circle can have dash parallel tangents at the most. We can draw 2 parallel tangents in any direction. Okay. So the answer is 2. 2 parallel tangents at the most. Next one is the common point of a tangent to a circle and the circle is called dash. What? Point of contact. Point of contact. Okay. Now we move on to question number 3. A tangent PQ at a point P of a circle of radius 5 cm meets a line through the center O so that OQ equal to 12 cm. The length PQ is. 4 options are given. We have to choose the right one. Okay. First we can draw a rough figure according to the given information. So here we are given a circle with a center O and a tangent PQ at a point P. So here we can mark the point P and draw on tangent. So here it is a tangent. A line through the center O so that OQ is 12. Okay. So here we can mark Q and OQ is given as 12 cm. Radius is given as 5 centimeter. By theorem 10.1, we know tangent is perpendicular to the radius through the point of contact. So here P is the point of contact. Here we can mark 90 degree. Okay, angle OPQ is equal to 90 degree. Now from this right triangle we can find the length PQ. Okay, so here PQ is equal to root of hypotenuse is OQ square minus OP square, which is equal to root of OQ is 12 square minus 5 square. That is 144 minus 25. That is root of 190 centimeter. So option D is the right answer. Root of 119 centimeter. Okay. Now the last question in the exercise is, draw a circle and two lines parallel to a given line such that one is a tangent and the other a secant to the circle. Okay. Now I am going to draw a rough figure. I can't be able to show the exact construction because I am not having the tools with me now. So let us watch how to construct this one. Okay. So draw a circle using compass and pencil. Okay. So it is a circle with a center O. Now we have to draw a line. Here I am drawing on line. Now what we have to do is, we have to draw two more lines. One is a tangent. We know what is a tangent. Tangent is a line which intersects the circle at only one point. Here I take this point as P and I am going to draw a line through the point P which is parallel to the line L. This line can be taken as L. Okay. So in order to draw a line which is parallel to L and passing through the point P, we need minimum two tools. At least a scale and a set square. Okay. So now I am not having that two tools. I have a small piece of set square and scale with me like you. So using that I can construct in this board. Okay. So here I am going to draw a line roughly that is parallel to this line L. We can discuss the actual construction in another class. Okay. Now this is a tangent which is parallel to the line L. Next one is, other line is a secant. Secant, you know, secant is a line which intersects the circle at 2 points. So here again we can draw a line which is parallel to the line L and intersect the circle at 2 points. These 2 points. Okay, this is a secant. I repeat, this is not an actual construction. It's just a rough figure. Okay. Now the next topic is number of tangents from a point on a circle. Here we are given 3 different possibilities. So in the first one, we take the point inside the circle. Here P is a point which lies inside the circle, and we can conclude that we cannot draw any tangents through the point which lies inside the circle. Okay. There is no tangent to a circle passing through a point which lies inside the circle. Clear? And the second one is, P is a point on the circle. There is one and only one tangent to a circle passing through a point lying on the circle. Okay. And the third one is, here the point P lies outside the circle, and from that point we can draw 2 tangents. Okay. So what we can conclude, there are exactly 2 tangents to a circle passing through a point P which lies outside the circle. Okay. Next one is length of the tangent. Okay. So length of the tangent, we mean the length of the segment of the tangent from the external point. Here Q is the external point and the point of contact with the circle. Here the point of contact is what? P. Okay. So the length PQ is known as length of the tangent. Okay. The distance from the external point and what? The point of contact. Only this much distance we take it as length of the tangent. Clear? Now we move on to the next theorem. It's an important theorem. Theorem 10.2. The lengths of tangents drawn from an external point to a circle are equal. The lengths of the tangents drawn from an external point to a circle are equal. We can prove this theorem. First of all, we can consider a circle with the center O. Take an external point P, and from this point we can draw two tangents. We can mark it as A and B. Here A and B are point of contacts. Now we can join OA, OB and OP. Okay, from the first theorem, tangent is perpendicular to the radius through the point of contact. Here OA is the radius and PA is the tangent. So here it is 90 degree. And OB is the radius, PB is the tangent. So here also 90 degree. Now we get two right triangles. In order to prove PA is equal to PB, we have to prove the two triangles are congruent. It's a very simple proof. Listen. So we are given a circle with the center O. PA and PB are tangents from P. And we can make one construction. Join OA, OB and OP. To prove, what we have to prove? Tangents are of equal length, that is PA is equal to PB. Okay, now we can consider triangle, right triangle OAP and OBP. So in triangle OAP and triangle OBP, we can write angle OAP is equal to angle OBP. Both are 90 degree because tangent is perpendicular to radius through the point of contact. That is by theorem 10.1. So in exam, you have to write the statement here. Okay. Tangent at any point is perpendicular to the radius through the point of contact. Clear? Now we can write OA is equal to OB. Radius. OA equal to OB, radii of the same circle. Okay, so both are equal. And one more thing is OP is the common side. So OP is equal to OP common. Now we can conclude these two triangles are congruent by RHS congruence rule. Okay, a right angle, hypotenuse and on other side. Okay, therefore triangle OAP is congruent to triangle OBP by RHS rule. So we can conclude PA is equal to PB CPCT. Corresponding parts of congruent triangles are equal. Hence the theorem. Okay. So the lengths of tangents drawn from an external point to a circle are equal. Understood? So that's all for today. Thanks for watching. Thank you.